All right, what's going on, y'all? This is Abakah.
And I'm Ayana.
And you're now tuned into
Parents Night Out. All right, guys.
Man, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without some Abakahs to buy to. Man, it feels good to be back officially.
It does.
We've had some procrastination that has happened.
Serious procrastination.
A lot of life happening.
A lot of life.
And a lot of pandemicking happening.
All right, so y'all, the last because we literally forgot how we did our intro. So I went on to iTunes to hear our last podcast, and I realized that it was March 15th of this year. So pre-pandemic.
It was
literally
at the
tip, cusp.
At the tip. It was right. It was
like right before we shut down, because I remember March 15th. Then we got the email from Haven School about, hey guys, we got a such and such, and then we had a stay at home order in April. And
it was supposed to be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it turned into 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And it turned into 6 weeks.
Yeah. And then Haven didn't go back to school till June.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sheesh.
So that's what happened. Pandemic happened. We had all intentions of bringing Parents Night Out back.
Man.
Full force.
But
then life happened.
We literally planned at the beginning of 2020. We was like, all right, this is what we're going to be doing. All right, we definitely kicking back out Parents Night Out.
We have folders in our phone with topics.
I'm bringing my music back out. Ayana's bringing more stuff to the hair raiser. We literally had some plans in place, and then some places hit them plans. And I was like, oh my God.
But that's not to say that 2020 has not been good to us, because it has.
2020
has been very good to us.
Oh my God.
It's just that with this piece in our life, we were not able to completely focus on it because business, despite things being shut down, our businesses are doing really good. And we were talking off mic, and I was like, it's crazy because we were talking on our vlog, the Abakahs on YouTube, plug. But I was telling them that, we have a design agency or a design studio called Hakaba Design, and our everyday flow is making other people's, I guess, dreams come true in a way.
That sounds so funny.
It is what it is.
Literally, that's our our focus, and especially as a design studio, is to help to assist you to bring your ideas to life, or to help to execute your vision and stuff like that. So it's like we were finding ourselves more so focused on what everybody else is doing and how to get everybody else's doing to be better. Yeah. And then in turn, not really taking advantage of what we're giving everybody else.
Exactly. So a few months ago, we were talking over the summer, and we was like, okay, we got to pause this. Yeah. We definitely have to pause, and we gotta do our thing.
I think it's crazy too, because when we said we got to pause, I literally said, all right, in September, I'm not taking any more clients. I'm shutting down. I gotta refocus. I gotta get myself back in order. I gotta do the stuff that I need to focus on. But then it's like right when I was about to, some other clients was like, hey, I need you. It's like, oh, okay. Hey, I need you. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, dang, it's October.
Yeah. So we're actually celebrating our 10-year anniversary next week. And
October 23rd.
So it's like God has really been talking to us about certain things, especially putting Parents Night Out, pressuring us. What are y'all doing? Stop sleeping on what I gave you.
Bruh, I didn't give this to you for no reason.
Exactly.
There's a reason why y'all are so dope, and I need people to see it.
Yeah, stop sleeping on Parents Night Out. Stop sleeping on the Abakahs. And
stop sleeping. Wake up.
So we're here.
We're here.
And we're talking about it.
Yeah. So I know that the pandemic, and even though we titled it this, I'm just gonna tell you straight up, the conversation might sway a little bit, and it is what it is. So get used to it.
It's an update, and it's
look.
Oh, that's another thing. When we were talking about how we wanted our podcast to move from here on out, I love pop culture. I love kind of being in the know of certain things. And I'm like, I want to talk about what's going on now. Yeah. Like, I want to talk, like, you know, because people try to act like in marriage, you ain't talking about stuff like this. And, oh, we're just talking about this, and this. No, we were literally in the car earlier today talking about Cardi B and Offset and how people all up in their business and they marriage. And they need to mind their business. Like,
or as Belief says, mind your marriage.
Mind your marriage, yeah. So it's like, we want to talk about all those things. And it's like, I don't want to, you know, okay, we're going to have this focus on this topic and this topic and this topic. And just like seeing the freedom in even other podcasts, because we love watching other podcasts. We love How Married Are You? We love Kev and Angel. How was it? How
Here's the Thing.
Here's the Thing. Who else? I just started getting into Deval and Kadeem. So like, it's like we just want to be free with our conversation too.
Like no limits on anything. Yeah. So again, like the conversation, we just gonna flow the way we flow, and we're gonna just invite you in. So welcome to the Abakahs. This Parents' Night Out was specifically designed with you in mind. Simply because, honestly, for Parents' Night Out is really because, man, as a couple, like literally hitting 10 years next week. So with us hitting 10 years, like there has been a lot of stuff that's happened, a lot of stuff that we've grown through, a lot of stuff that we've definitely grown through. I had to repeat that. But on top of that, there's a lot that we can also even share and even give back. And also just to help and remind other couples that, look, there is no textbook for this. Don't try and look at anybody and say, I'm going to emulate that so I can have the results that they have. Listen, you won't. You won't. Because everything looks different. I like to say that marriage is like Old Navy jeans. Like you can have the same 10 pair lined up of the same size, and every single pair is going to be different.
Everything looks different.
Every single pair is going to be different. So it's custom fit. So even with us, we just share what worked with us, and at the same time, we want to just help you as a couple to have fun and remember to have fun and then to embrace each other, because like. Honestly, if you sitting there trying to compare yourself, you missing out on the goodness that's right in front of you. So there's nothing about this that's gonna be any us sitting down pointing the finger. You should do this. We can just lead by example. So you can take what you want to take, leave what you want to leave, chew, spit, whatever you need to do, and just ride with us. So pandemic. So I'm gonna ask you, Mrs. Abakah. So. What has the pandemic, the shutdown, like how has it been for you? Like what's been new with you? Like what has been going on with you?
Well, first, can we flip that so we can see ourselves?
Oh Lord. All right, so I'm gonna go flip the lens.
It's real life. So I'm like, I cannot see myself. I'm like,
I don't know why it wasn't flipped.
Like we can edit this out or not. I don't care. But
we can leave it. I don't care.
But okay. Oh, and those who are listening, we are recording as well. So make sure and check out this first episode back will be on the Abakahs YouTube channel, and then after that it will be on our Patreon. Yes. So we'll put the link and all of that in iTunes, so you guys can head over to our Patreon so you can see our beautiful faces.
Yes, Chocolate City up in here.
But the pandemic for me. Okay, so I said this, another thing, if this is your first episode watching or you ain't seen us in a while, we are expecting our second child.
Woo woo.
Woo woo. Baby number 2 on the way.
Pew pew pew.
Baby number 2 on the way.
I'm gonna start choking.
Oh my gosh. See? That's what you get for playing. But I said I did an announcement on my hair raiser Instagram. And I said that it was one of them, but I was just saying I felt like God had me in a peace bubble all year. And so like when the pandemic hit, you know, we were keeping up with the news and whatnot. And even from January, watching overseas and what was happening overseas. And when it hit, you know, the shores of the USA and all of that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to see how this goes. Mm-hmm. And then when the stay-at-home order came in place, I was like, all right, Lord, okay. And then we started getting emails from clients like pulling out of certain things.
Oh my goodness.
And when I tell
can I jump in right there just because you said, look, when I say some clients, like I'm talking about some nice clients where they're having, like, one of my clients, they had an event and it was going to be, I think maybe 60 to 75,000 people at this event. So I was literally designing for this conference, like as the designer for the conference, providing some of the main materials for it. So if 60-some thousand people were going to be getting the materials that I was making.
And the budget was really, really nice for us. Really nice. It was going to be a really nice check.
It was nice. And it got shut down. I was like,
because at that time, none of the businesses were doing virtual. Like, they just thought that, okay, well, we're going to cancel and we'll probably see about doing it later on in the year, not knowing that here we are in October.
In October.
Yeah. And things are still shut down.
They're trying to open up.
America is wide open for some folks, but as for me and my house,
I'm shut down.
We are chilling. So that kind of, when that happened, especially that that particular client, I still was like, all right, Lord. Whew. It was a pill to swallow at first, but it was like real quick. It's like I swallowed it, and then I was like, okay, Father, I trust you.
Yep.
Like, I literally trust you.
That's literally all
I was like, and then in the midst of that, another client renewed our contract for another year. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like a steady contract for another year. And then the same client, they have other things that they had going on. Yeah. So they was like, we're not doing the conference, but we still need you to do this other project. And that was a nice check. Yeah. And then another client that we worked with last year, same situation. So, and then on my side with the hair razor, especially when the pandemic hit, I have a product, the hair razor hair and skin oil, that is amazing, by the way. Plug.
Team Natural over here.
Short, relaxed, and happy. But yeah, I have those shirts too. Shop.thehairrazor.com.
Shameless.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on, and we're excited about it.
Hey, parents' night out.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah. But so a lot of women were at home and they needed a product that could help, because some women, just being honest, when they're in the salon, like I had clients, they wouldn't buy hair products for home because they're like, I'm just going to come see you weekly anyway. And I'm like, no, I still need you to have something, So just really plugging the product heavy, and that helped sustain us. It was a good few weeks or so that we were like, it was like the hair razor money was like, all right, we need this. Like I was able to bring in money to cover things that, like, you were covering some of the bigger bills, and I was able to cover our daily expenses and whatnot. And that just was like, it felt good to contribute, especially being retired and no intention of going back. And so that's why I created another stream of income.
You know what's so funny? Because remember, we were just talking about before the pandemic.
I was thinking about going back.
Like, for those that have been to Ayana before and you're like, oh, girl, when you come back? Whatever y'all do, we literally were saying, we actually said June.
Yes.
We were like in January.
I was thinking about going back.
To reopen, we were going to find a salon. We were going to, and it was going to be like, not multi-purpose use, but.
Well, we were going to have a space where it would probably have the salon area, but the main purpose was still to have a office and studio space for the hair razor for me to record and all of that. And then we were going to try to finesse it, or not even finesse it, but room for you as well.
So we can just work out of the same place and take it out of the house.
Exactly. But
crazy. I just remember that.
I don't think that was God's plan.
I mean, it was God's plan.
You know what I mean? Like, I think me going back to the behind the chair, like us having a space for outside of the home, I still believe that will eventually happen because it's needed.
It's definitely needed.
And I would still be open to having like a little salon space where I can record and stuff and do like hands-on things with certain clients or customers for the purpose of the business. Yeah. But and outside even, like, of that,
giving back, but not necessarily you sitting there booking all week and y'all ladies be hitting her up on Thursday. Look, please.
Doing
please,
full days.
I need you, please, tomorrow.
I'm not mentally in that space anymore. Like, I am a mother of 2 now.
Ooh.
Like,
say it again.
A mother of 2.
I like the way that rolled off your tongue, girl. Ooh.
So,
say what now?
You know,
shut your mouth.
I'm like, yo, I gotta move different. You know, but yeah. So for me, it's definitely been a year of I see you, God. I see you, especially after the last 2 years. We were talking about how I feel like this 10 year, hitting 10 years has been our best year. Especially after the last 2 years it was definitely an adjustment with Haven, and I had like some postpartum. It's like I hate calling it depression, but it is what it is. I feel like I went through postpartum depression. I was going through like a little roller coaster. I had experiences of unbelief, and I just felt like God wasn't there for me. This is not anything new. I've talked about this so many times. So if you're like, oh my gosh, nope, I've talked about it. I'm on another podcast called Save Girl Secrets. I am an open book when it comes to that. Like it happened, and but I'm here now, and I'm like, God saw me through that.
Yep.
So yeah, those 2 years of, and then I felt like the enemy was even trying to attack our marriage.
Yeah.
And but this year, 2020, when a lot of people are getting a divorce, like people went into the shutdown, so-called happily married, and this no tea, no shade, because I really feel for these families and these couples, because 2020 hit some people a different way. Like they weren't mentally prepared for this change. And especially if you don't have like a relationship with God like that, or if you don't have like some type of spiritual foundation or something an outlet, a therapist, anything, and you keeping stuff to yourself, it's going to eat you alive. So, but for us, I feel like our marriage has been the strongest after those 2 years of, just kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah, I can definitely agree. And matter of fact, before I even jump in, I wanted to make sure you were finished with okay. It's crazy because I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna go into how my pandemic experience has been. But it's crazy that literally from the time that Haven was born, it seemed like, I'm not gonna say all hell, because it's all somewhat subjective. Somebody's level of hell could be different from somebody else's. But for us, it was like we had moments, and I know we're gonna talk about this too, like along this journey. But we had moments I remember saying to Ayana, I was like, it feels scary because it almost feels like that. It's not like I'm not cheating on her, I'm not abusive or anything, but it feels like that kind of, you can't turn away from. I mean, you can't like fix type of pain or hurt, because some of the stuff that we were like going through is like, it was more like moments of like fed up. Like, I'm just tired. And it's that type of tired that you can't say, oh, like almost like it's too deep to fix.
And like, for example, like it would be like,
I know they were like, wait. You're not going to just drop that there and just walk away.
No, like for example, it would be like things that we discussed over the years. Like, certain things that I wanted him to work on and improve in our marriage. And I just felt like it started becoming repetitive.
That you were almost like becoming numb.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so is this going to change? Like, is your attitude about this particular thing going to change? Or are you going to even, I could, because it's like, I ain't trying to go all the way into it. Because
we're not going to go.
Just being honest. We're
going to like talk about stuff.
Yeah, just being honest. Some stuff I don't even remember details. Like, and that's the good thing. But I'll use, for example, like, let's say career wise, or like certain things, like certain goals and aspirations that he had. I am his biggest cheerleader. Like, I believe in this man like no other person. Like, I believe in him. I see everything that he had, that God put inside of him. And I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Like, we've talked about this for years. We've spent money on certain things. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, yo, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of the up and down roller coaster of, different things, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's draining. It's exhausting. What are we doing? I'm retired. So I'm like, do I need to go back out and get a job or go back in the salon because we got to do stuff for our family and you just,
just sleeping on yourself.
Yeah. At one point I felt like it was just like, you know how you're like, okay, we're in need of certain things and you are afraid to put yourself out there, or you're afraid to do this, this, and this.
Or overthinking.
And I'm like, we ain't got time to overthink. Mm-hmm. We got a baby, I'm like, what are we doing? So, or wanting direction, like, as the head of the family, I'm like, hey, what are we doing? I'm like, I'm following your lead in this. What are we doing? What would you like me to do? How would you like me to contribute with this? And it's like in a place of sort of, you don't know, I guess.
And then that was even another thing, because me not fully having the answers, but then feeling like I'm supposed to have the answer, and then feeling like I'm trying to hurry up and make up an answer to appease me or to pacify the moment, when that does nothing but more damage, rather than saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
and I need help.
And finally it was like, we got to our, not even breaking point, but the place of, like just being honest, like, I don't know, I need help and I need to seek God on this.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, let's seek God then. Yeah. Because even at that time, it was like spiritually, it was like, not saying that you were lagging, but it was moments that I'm like, okay, did you read your word? Have you been getting in your word? Have you been seeking God on certain things? Or are you just making these decisions based off of a whim, or,
And the crazy part is with it, and, we've talked about it too, that during the time of the postpartum, it's like Ayana was going through her moments of everything. And then for me, it's like, in a way, I kind of had to be strong through that moment, because we both can't be going through. So it's like, I'm being strong, she's having her moment. So for the whole year, you had your moment. And then now it's like, all right, I'm kind of back. But I've had built up time of, well, I've been having moments that I couldn't express it to nobody.
And then that's when, like, I feel like my understanding really came in more. Like, because I was like, no, wait a minute. Why are you just now telling me this? Yeah.
And it was because like, for me, I felt like I shouldn't be putting anything else on you. Like, you already dealing with enough. And you brought a life out of heaven into earth. And I'm gonna sit there, hey, you know what? I sure be hurting too. Boy.
But looking back, I will say I still wish that we were more vulnerable with each other in those moments. Like, I wish I knew what was really going on in your mind. And, and I asked you, and, you'd be like, I'm cool or whatever. But I understood that you were trying to be strong for me. But I'm like, we made a decision after that. We was like, no, we're going to communicate our feelings, our emotions, what is really going on.
I ain't that strong.
Yeah, like,
and ain't no time for me to be trying to fake it.
Yeah, like, so we're gonna communicate our feelings, our emotions. Like, we're not hiding it, or, oh, I'm gonna be strong for the other person. If both of us are feeling something or the same things at the same time, okay, that is definitely our time immediately to be like, all right, Lord,
and
we come
together.
to you.
Yeah,
we come together and coming to you in prayer. Like, we don't know what's going on.
And we
don't know what to do.
And
we
honestly,
need your wisdom.
And all of that is has been some of the things that, of course, changed a lot over that period. Because for me, I definitely was feeling like, all right, the fact that we're going through all this, and like I said, feeling like some things you almost couldn't fix it because it was too deep, and then to come out of it and be able to kind of locate, oh, this is why I was feeling this way, or this is why she was feeling this way, and starting to see, you know what, even though we've said this before, realizing for real that it's us. And that was something that over the 2018 going into 2019 that it really hit, like, it's actually us. Like, it's just us.
It's just us. And then we knew that there's no out. There's no out of this. Like, and then it's like, even though I was frustrated with certain things, I'm like, I'm not going to sit there and bail out on my marriage, or you just be like, I'm done, based off of things that I feel like can be fixed, you know, like through conversation, through God, through therapy, through counseling, whatever. Like, I'm not going to sit there and like, you know, I'm not going to allow the enemy to break this up. Heck no. You know, especially a 1-year-old. Like, what?
And it's crazy because for me, the other part to that I'll just add to it was in the back of my mind, that what you always hear about, the 10-year itch. And I was like, oh, so is this the time? Because it's like, you're right at the edge. Is this the thing that everybody was talking about, where they say, oh, when you get close to 10 years, that's when all hell breaks loose, because now you know if you're going to either make it or break it. And I was like, well, I ain't trying to break nothing, but I'm scared that it ain't going to make it. Even though I'm such the happy person, Ayana's such the lovely person. It's like, people still go through things. And I know that period was us being able to fine tune and really establish our foundation for, to be honest, the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
So with us going through those moments, like, we became stronger together. Then now getting into 2020, when everything started hitting, it was like, look, it's me and you anyway.
Yeah.
And honestly, I actually thank God for that, because who knows if the 2018 Sylvester and 2018 Ayana was in 2020?
Oh my gosh, could we have survived?
I don't know. And that's honestly scary, because we know we know a lot of couples that have been going through stuff. Some of them have actually been like, look, we done. And being transparent with y'all, and I feel like we probably said this before, that was part of the reason why, even for the Be Extraordinary with the Abakahs, us vlogging, all of that, it kind of started to slow down, because I know for me personally, I started feeling the pressure of, we have to be the standard. Even though nobody was saying you got to be the standard, I was feeling like we got to make it because everybody else isn't. And that was pressure to feel like we got to be perfect, but we're nowhere near perfect. We got issues. And it's fine, because everybody has their own issues. It's just depending on what issue you're going through. Yeah. And so for us going through 2020 together, honestly, like, this really has been the best year. So even in a pandemic, of the moments of, we had a moment of like, dang, we can't even pay this bill. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. And I just called them. I said, hey, we can't pay this bill. Well, why not? Well, because I had clients, and all the clients started turning out because stuff is going on in the world. And it's like, what stuff? And then they turn around, you know what? Stuff is going on in the world.
So a lot of stuff is going on. So for the next few months, we're actually offering this to our customers. Like, we took advantage of everything.
Calling car notes, like, hey, so what's up? Oh, don't worry about insurance. Hey, what's up?
Oh, you know what? Because you're not moving your car right now, and the whole country is shut down, we're actually giving our customers a discount. I was like, oh, for real?
You see it on your next bill. I'm like,
okay.
Bet. Oh, you know what? Your car, don't worry about it for 4 months. Bet.
Yeah. So
it was.
God really took the pressure off of a lot of stuff, and then we were able to, like, okay, like when stuff started picking back up, it was like, God really, you know, he did his thing. That's all. Man, like, he did his thing.
Showed out completely. So really, that has been, I'll say, our year has been, it was established at the beginning that it's us. So even though it has been a pandemic, and it has been weird for most, we had weird moments, and we just continue to pivot, but none of it has been anything to make us say, man, we are going through it because we're like, honestly, we've seen what it's like to be at nothing. So to be at a struggling place or shoot, we might need to just get some bread, make some peanut butter jelly sandwiches, or get a whole bunch of rice pilaf,
or go to Aldi.
Listen, and then stock up for $75 with 2 full carts.
First of all, I mean, just a little Aldi. If y'all listening, we'll take a little sponsorship partnership.
Oh yes,
but
yes, we'll take that. We'll take that.
Aldi. I wish I would have known about Aldi.
No, we wish we wouldn't been so bougie.
We were being bougie.
Know about Aldi.
But see, this the thing. Aldi went through this whole revamp with their stores. And before that, Aldi was like real dusty and crusty. So it was like, oh, I don't even want to go in there.
And what made it worse was the one time we went to Aldi because everybody was like, especially your mom. Yeah. Ayana's mom was like, you need to go to Aldi. It was like, okay, whatever. We went to Aldi. And when I tell you the amount of disrespect that happened in my shopping cart.
It was so much disrespect. And then it was that we were walking in the store. The store was humid. And then it was like
the floor was brown.
The floor was brown.
The lights were yellow.
And then it was like, at the time I really liked strawberries and getting my blueberries and stuff. I don't like strawberries because I like frozen strawberries, but regular strawberries, it just go bad so quick. So I be getting mad. But literally, we seeing mold on the strawberries and stuff like that. And this was just like one Aldi. So we just was like, okay, if this
how I'm gonna sponsor you? You talking about we moldy?
Y'all better now.
Y'all much better.
Much better.
Y'all fancy.
But, so the Aldi by us went through this really nice upgrade. And ever since then, like, it's been...
Like, even, like...
But yeah, Aldi been coming through, especially this year, when we needed to budget and stuff like that. That was God. And then, like, this 2-year-old eat like a grown man. So yeah,
she eat waffles like a grown man. Yeah, she was trying to be choosy.
Yeah,
but
like, the stuff that she likes, she eat like a grown man. Yeah. So,
but the crazy thing is going from the amount of disrespect we saw in the shopping carts to now, it's like it's not disrespectful. It's like, oh, you just giving me my stuff as quick as possible.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. I don't know. It's like a mind shift like that's happened. Yeah. Really with everything that we're starting to see. You know what? Life can be simpler. We just gotta simplify.
It could all be so simple, but you'd rather make it hard.
Loving you, it's like a battle. Anyway,
yeah. But yeah. So we really, I don't know if you really went into how was your 2020.
Not yet. I'm gonna say it quick.
No, you good.
Okay. Yeah, y'all got time. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Hey, man. Hey, bro.
75 Ward.
Watch out, cuz. Watch out. But, yeah, so, besides so one thing that I said at the beginning of the year, I was like, man, I want to start back reading. This is all before the pandemic. I was like, I want to start back reading. I want to definitely for real work out because I was an off and on type of person for the longest.
That was one thing we was doing consistent.
Yeah.
What's the
Effect Fitness?
Effect Fitness.
Ooh, when everything shut down, all these gyms shut down. Effect Fitness, they went on live every day. Every day.
And we was stepping with them.
Getting our neighbors were mad, banging the ceiling like y'all need to stop jumping. I was like, I ain't jumping. We making that Effect Fitness happen. And I remember, so pretty much with this year, like I said out, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get more so back in shape and such and get smarter. And then, so we were working out, as Ayana said, doing Effect Fitness, all of that. We're like, let's get it. And then Ayana stumbled on this program called 75 Hard, and which the program is for 75 days. You do 2 workouts a day, 2 45-minute workouts.
Yep.
One has to be outside. 2 can be outside, but 1 has to be outside. And then on top of that, you have to read 10 pages out of a nonfiction book, drink 1 gallon of water a day, and
follow a clean or diet,
yes,
some type of
diet
choice. Of your choice.
So we were doing the 75 Hard, and I think it was probably like day
30. I was in my 30s or whatever. And I was like, Sylvester, I'm feeling like really tired all of a sudden. This is like so weird.
We're working out at the time.
Like we're working out. I'm like, I don't know why I'm starting to feel real tired. It's like we were doing like almost 3-mile walks. It's hot outside, and it wasn't bothering me at all. And then one day I was like, I feel like I'm about to die out here. What is going on?
Yeah. So
that night I had an extra.
Eating my bowl of cereal.
Yeah, you was eating your bowl of cereal, and I was in the bathroom, and I had to drink a whole bunch of water because we on this 75 hard, and I was like, I gotta pee, and I was like, wait, let me I got an extra pregnancy test down here. Let me take this real quick since I gotta pee too, and I literally I peed, and then I was in the bathroom by myself, and I was like, I just want to, I don't know, I just chose to do that moment by myself. And I looked and I was like, it said I was pregnant. I was like, well, look at God. Mm-hmm. And I just walked out and I showed it to him.
And then I glossed up real quick.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yep.
We've been praying for this. Like
we'll share more on this.
Yeah, we've been praying for this. Like it has been a desire to have, we always wanted 2 children, and we've been working on this second child for a little minute now. So like
I think after Haven turned 1.
Yeah, so that's why 2020 is
2
just
going on 3.
Yeah.
And we were practicing.
Yeah. We were really practicing.
Yeah, really. But yeah, so the challenge, so Ayana found out she was pregnant. I continued with the challenge.
Yeah, I stopped because
you needed to.
That first trimester was like, it was some days I was in bed all day, literally. We joked that Sylvester was like a single father for these past 6 weeks or so.
Yep.
Because I couldn't do nothing.
Nope. Nothing at all. It was just me and Haven.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that she was in school because otherwise, Lord have mercy. So to just get to the point, so the year has been, for me, has been good because business was, like, I changed my prices. I actually upped my prices in my business simply because I need to weed out.
You're worth it.
I need to weed out the people that maybe aren't fit. We aren't fit to work together, which isn't a problem, honestly, but it's necessary because my time is really valuable.
You're worth it, and you're worth it.
And
if you see his work, he's worth it.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, but outside of that, really kind of focusing on making my business better. But then on top of that, I also have been but getting back into my music as well. Like I have some songs that I'm literally at the beginning of the year, I set a date to record. I have 3 songs that has been written since January. And so I needed to go ahead and just record that. And then, so that's still coming. I'm actually about to be recording. Actually going to record over the next couple of weeks to make sure and get these songs out.
Yeah.
But outside of that, just me doing this challenge, I read like 4 to 5 books over the 75 days. And me just kind of seeing myself finish something was the most important thing for me, because I used to always say that I was a professional starter, where I was good at starting things. I have ideas. My ideas have ideas, but to be able to actually finish them, to execute them, I was finding myself being challenged in that area because I might get distracted. Like, I guess you can say creative ADD. So I would just bounce from thing to thing. But now I'm like, look, I finished 5 books and a challenge for 75 days. I drank a gallon of water every day.
And you did it by yourself.
And I did it by myself.
You did the majority of it by yourself because I had to stop.
Yeah, and that was hard.
Yeah.
Because she was my crutch.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, I'll be like, dang, I'm
like
tired.
we was rocking because I would be like, all right, babe, we got to work out. Because I had like a schedule where I would do my morning workout would be like the walk. And then by the afternoon, we would do the second workout, either with Effect or we have Beachbody on demand. So we would do that. And, you know, so I was the one keeping up with the schedule and stuff like that.
And she's like, I'm about to go work out.
I'm about to go work out. Let's get it.
Let me go work out.
And it just, like, when I stopped, it was like some nights you would work all day and then you would literally be like, oh my God, I got to do my 2 workouts.
At like 8 o'clock.
It was hilarious sometimes.
I don't even think I didn't say the time. 2 45-minute workouts.
2 45-minute workouts.
So this ain't no to work out for 10 minutes. No, 2 40.
And then still got to read your book.
And I had to finish drinking my water.
Yeah.
There were a couple times where I literally fell asleep.
Yes, he fell asleep after his workout. And I remember one, I had fell asleep. I was laying in the bed. I fell asleep and I woke up at like 11:30. And I was like, babe. And
I looked at the time. I think I may have been on day 60 something.
Yeah.
I looked at the time. I was like, I still have to finish. I had to drink 4 bottles of water.
In 30 minutes.
And I still, no. It was one night I still had to do a workout. I had to do a workout and I had to read, and I had a couple more bottles of water.
So that means it was 11 o'clock because it wasn't 11:30.
Definitely, yeah. But that happened too. Yeah. But it was a struggle. But my whole point, I finished it.
Yeah.
It was ugly sometimes, but I did it.
Yeah.
So being able to see myself through that was really dope. I actually don't know how much weight I lost. I know my clothes fit different. I know I look different, and I feel great. But outside of that, this year has really been a growing year for me, because even though all of those different things have happened, now my birthday just passed and I turned 36. So now I also developed this level of F everybody. I'm gonna just call it what it is. Yes, I'm a Christian. I am a young adult pastor, but when I say F everybody, that can mean forget. It can mean forgive. It can mean whatever the F you wanted to mean. But no, it's just, I don't know, man. Like life, like honestly realizing that it's us changed my life. Yeah. Like it's us. It
ain't nobody else.
It ain't nobody else. It's this circle.
And that baby. Like in her room, and this baby
the baby sleeping on the floor right now because she loved getting out of her bed.
She loved getting out of her bed and sleeping on the floor.
She is on the floor right now. Yeah. And I meant to pick her up.
And that dog in there.
Yeah, annoying little. I'm just playing. I love that. I love my dog.
The Abakahs. It's us.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, we love our family. Like we love, I love my mama, my brothers, my sisters, like my cousins. Like I have a large family.
We love everybody. We love y'all.
But number one is this. You are so strong to have such small hands. But yes, the family is everything. Yeah. This circle, and we got to protect it at all costs.
Yep.
So yeah, man, it's just been a dope year. Like, and it's to the point where you almost feel ashamed or guilty. I've definitely had those moments in conversations and just different things, and I'm like, but God was like, no, there's no reason to feel bad about you having a good year. That's your testimony, and that's your ministry. It's just even showing other people like, hey, because we make mountains out of molehills, like when we don't get what we want. And I've heard some people complain and fuss about the smallest things. Yeah. And I'm like, but at least you weren't in the hospital for like 4 months because you caught COVID. Yeah. And almost on life support or different things like that. Or you had losses in your family, multiple losses in your family. Yeah. And you dealing with that emotionally, at least that didn't happen. Okay, you lost your job. But did you die? Like, but did you
die? Like, it might sound very insensitive, but
no, it's a necessary perspective.
But it is a necessary perspective. Like, cause I had to do that with myself with certain things over the years. Like, what you crying about? Like, we still here. Yep. The lights are on. Yep. The bills are paid. Yep. There's food in my refrigerator right now.
And if not, there's an Aldi right down the street.
Exactly. $20 will go a long
way.
You long
can fill
way.
Up the fridge with $20 at Aldi.
Listen.
And get a treadmill.
Yes. So like But did you die? Like, I think that should be like the thing for 2020.
Yeah.
But did you die?
It should be.
But did you die?
And honestly,
if
like,
not,
I don't know. Now, I'm talking to y'all now. I don't know where your life is right now. And I don't know if you sitting there like, man, but no, you don't understand, man. It's been tough and such and such. Like, honestly, I think that people, like, your life isn't as dope as it should be because you're not taking the time to realize it. Like, if you really step back and you look at your own life, don't look at it compared to nobody else. Don't look at it saying, but they got a BBL, but this person got married, but this person, they won a lottery, but this person such and such. If you just step back and look at your own life and look at anything that you could be, look at anything, like any place that your life could be in. If you look at that right now and you stop and just be like, you know what? Take inventory. Mm-hmm. You'll be like, you know what? You are listening to this podcast right now, or you're watching us on your internet. Your phone bill is paid.
And if it's
you're not at Starbucks because they ain't open.
If it's not, they got a nice little grace period going on.
Yeah, like so it's, I don't know. I just feel like for us, I know one thing that definitely has changed this year is us being even more grateful and thankful that our thankfulness has really been translating into us attracting more things to be thankful for. Mm-hmm. Because if we weren't thankful, honestly, we wouldn't be attracting anything. Mm-mm. But the fact that, like, even another thing that we picked up, and we'll share all this too, we became sneakerheads officially.
We sure did.
Because we've been, I used to be a sneakerhead for a second, and then I stopped and I said, I don't care no more. She was a sort of sneakerhead, but then she was like, nah, I like boots and heels. And then she switched back and forth. And then I only had like one or two pair of shoes a year.
That was another thing for me. I feel like I found
your style.
Not my style and who I am as a person. Because I talked about this in our other Save Girl Secrets plug. Y'all check that out, especially my Christian young adult women. Check it out. We got some good topics. But I talked about that in the podcast of like how me personally, I grew up. When you grow up in church or whatever, you have this, you're encouraged to dress up and girls wear heels, girls do this, blah, blah, blah. And that's cool. It was cute in a moment or whatever, but I kind of grew out of that. But as you get older, there's certain stigmas that try to be put on you because you might dress a certain way or you like sneakers or whatever. And I'm like, listen, I will be 35 in literally a month now, not less than a month. And earlier this year, I was like, this is my style. I like things like Nike sweatshirts, like little crop top sweatshirts. And I like Jordan 1s and I like colorful sneakers.
And not because she's a hype beast, because she ain't. She like Jordan 1s because they're dope.
Yeah, like I love the silhouette. It's just such a classic, Yeah. I like wearing ripped up jeans and my sneakers, and I like being comfortable with my daughter. And then I had an incident when I had Haven. Oh, Haven was like a few months old, and I went to the bathroom at this restaurant to change her, and I had on some wedges, and there was a little water or something on the floor. I don't even know if it was water. I think the floor was just, how some of those bathrooms are slick.
Yeah.
And, I slipped and she was in my hands. But thank God it was another girl in the bathroom, and she literally saw me, and it was crazy because I had the diaper in my hand and I had Haven in one hand, diaper in another hand, and literally smashed the diaper against the girl in a way to brace myself. And she's bracing me, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." After that, I was like, "Okay,
bump these heels, man.
Bump these heels." My style is comfy, cute mom style. But if I'm going to do this, I'm going to rock some fly sneakers.
Man, and when she told me that, I was like, because I actually went to try to change Haven first.
And they have no changing room, a changing table.
Men's bathroom. Nothing but the sink.
Yeah.
And I could have did the thing with the dude, like just kneeling in the back and have her over my legs, but I didn't want to. So I was like, well, hey, can you go see? And when she told me, I was like,
yeah, so bro. that was one of the reasons why I was
heels, like, but you don't need to wear them.
I was like, let me embrace my style and what I really like. And that's, so it's been so many things like, just kind of finding yourself this year.
Yeah. and taking the
being
time
free,
to find yourself, like, and being okay with that.
Yeah. So,
like, it's been like, even we along with our bond, like we're sneakerheads together. So it's not I buy sneakers and I hide them in the trunk and then I wait and then it just magically appears in the closet. No, I will enter a raffle for her. Like, we do everything together. Like, when I tell you, it's us.
We done got some wins for each other, honey.
We showed that you got me them Royals.
Yes,
I got
honey.
you them Satins. Mm-hmm. Well, we in here, cuz.
Like, I think it's like one of those things that, like, I'll say this. Find things that you and your spouse could bond over, you know? And
we also got Legos.
For whatever random reason, we have bonded over sneakers. Like, that's one of the things that we bond over. Like, I don't know. It's just like, it's like a pastime.
It's weird. But it's funny because for us, it's been like that from the beginning. Because one of my favorite memories of us is when we went to my brother's house. We weren't even dating because we didn't start dating until we kissed.
Yeah.
But we went to my brother's house and he had a game room in his lower level, and we were playing air hockey in the room, whatever. And like, I'm gonna be honest. At first, I was like, let me take it easy and see what she can do.
And I'm very competitive.
She was going. I was like, well, shoot, let's go. And I was like, so I was like, we were really playing. I was like, man, this is cool. I can like play air hockey with her. And then we went in the theater room and they were playing, I think, Tekken or some fighting game. And we played the fighting game together. And it wasn't no, I don't know how to play.
What am I saying?
I don't know how to play.
I don't know. It's like, nah, I'm about to whoop you.
She was sitting there rubbing buttons. She was like, and she was going in. I was like, well, I'm about to go in too. But I'm like, I like her.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I saw early on that we can find things that we can love together. So honestly, that's been something that, like, has continued.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call myself like a tomboy or anything like that. I think I just grew up around.
A dope girl.
Thank you, baby. But I grew up around. I remember it was two boys that from like the ages of 7 to 10 before we moved down to Atlanta. Family friends. I grew up around them and. They little boys, like, they were playing Sega Genesis and they were doing different things. And my parents, like, we were very close with this other family. Still pretty cool too. Like, they actually all end up moving to Atlanta, and I know my parents definitely go and hang out with the mom still. Well, the mom and the dad still. But so with them, it was just. I just kind of grew up around boys, and like even in my dress, you know, just kind of, or dresses or whatever, just kind of, you know. And then my dad, if I say, Daddy, I want a Sega Genesis, he got me a Sega Genesis. It wasn't like, oh no, that's not girls don't. I want a Sonic the Hedgehog game. Okay. Then I wanted a remote control car. I still want one again.
Real?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I've been wanting another one. So,
like,
Toys R Us ain't open, but we're gonna find ours.
Yeah, I wanted a remote control car.
You gotta hide it from Haven.
Yeah, listen,
like,
gotta hide everything from Haven. I'm like we're literally big kids, and she, like, we got our Legos and stuff like that, and she be trying to like get the Legos. I'm like, no, get your Legos. Get your little ugly big blocks. Like, don't be messing with my Legos. Ugly.
She will watch this. They're lovely. She made a dinosaur.
She made a dinosaur.
Did you see it tonight?
No, I didn't see it.
It actually looked like a dinosaur. She just needed to take 2 Legos out of the middle to have legs, because she had all across.
Okay, but the other night, it was like a dinosaur head that she made, so I knew she was
like
going to get there.
out?
Yeah, I knew she was going to get there. Yeah.
It was dope. She actually made a dinosaur.
I'm like, go play with your Legos. Don't be trying to play with my because one we gotta
intricate.
one we gotta finish is we bought the
Star Wars.
No.
Marvel.
The Avengers plane.
Yeah.
So we gotta finish that. But those are all the things we were doing during the pandemic. Like, So honestly, even with that, like, and I'm done with what my year has been, but honestly with that, it's like, we know that there's been a lot of couples that have been like, oh, I got to spend time with you. And they've been just fighting. And if anything, I'm like, if by you watching this and you listening, you're like, man, that sounds cool. I kind of wish that I can
find something that me and my wife or husband that we can do. Honestly, find something like find something that you can bond over. Like take interest in what the other person is doing.
Exactly.
Because you would never know how you might actually feel about it. Because like I enjoy everything we do, and I'm still like, all right, well, if there's anything that you like that I may not like, I'm open. Because I've seen her do stuff that I like.
It's crazy because we have we have such common interests that I be sitting there like, I don't know. Like
the one thing that Ayana likes to do more than me is sleep. But I will take a nap with you.
You would, and I like that. I like when, because the only time like outside of pregnancy before I would take naps is like when I feel like we just needed a break. Like we needed some rest, and I would see you going and going. I'm like, boy, it's Sunday.
Boy,
it's Sunday, boy. We just ate this Waffle House. Let's get into this coma together. Like Haven sleep too.
But see, I'm that one that if I take a nap, I take a nap at 1:00 in the afternoon. I'm waking up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, what the freak just happened? And now I'm up because I done slept the whole day. Yeah. So, but I don't know. It's just being able to like. For real, this year has really taught me, above all, like I said, that it's us and taking pride in us continuing to connect and to find different ways to bond even more. Like at first it was working out, and then we went running, and then it was, oh, well, let's do this. And then it's sneakers, and then it's Legos, and then it's like, I'll be your photographer. Like it's whatever it is, like, I want to do it with you. Yeah. Like whatever it is, because if it's outside of you, like, I mean, of course you can have your own things. That's highly recommended. Definitely. But I enjoy bonding with her.
But we have those outlets outside. Like Sylvester has his own podcast, Wings Out. I have Save Girl Secrets. I have different things that I do by myself. So it's like we do have those outlets, and then it's exciting to come together and talk about it. That's why we're back here at this table. Yeah. So.
And I like the way you look at me when we talking. Because your eyes make me want to give you a baby. Message.
But I think that's all we got for this one.
Yeah.
I pray that
and throughout all our randomness.
Yes. But it was good.
It was good.
It was really good.
I thought this was dope. I enjoyed it. Like, so do you have any we need to like think of something cool, like a I don't know.
I feel like it'll flow and grow as we go.
Flow and grow. I never heard that.
Flow and grow as we go. But
any closing, anything that you want to add?
I'll just say this: like, if there's anybody listening, any couples listening in particular, that they're like, y'all going through or whatnot. I just want y'all to take the time to seek God. Like, I don't know the situation. I don't want to speak on certain situations. Like, I don't know. But if you feel like there is something that you can work through, really seek God. And this is not the worst year. It can still be the best year. You literally have 2.5 months to make it your best. I feel like we just have to be intentional about everything that we do. And we have made this year has been very intentional for us. Yeah. We made sure to we intentionally were happy. We were intentionally happy together. Yeah. Even being stuck in the house as a family of 3 for 3 months. We were very intentional about the different things that we did with our daughter, and having schedules. Like, listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. A schedule is so important. A schedule is so very important, and just like create schedules. I feel like that would have balance. And then with your spouse, male, female, whatever, who's ever listening, agree to the schedule. Like, just kind of, I know some people, they like to do their own thing, but just agree, like, come together. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's really helped us. Like, we sat down, we decided certain things, and we decided to stick with it, come together and stick with it. Like, all right, this is what we're going to do. Cause honestly, it's going to make us better.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that it was the easiest, because at some point Sylvester fought me on schedules.
Yep.
Because I am that person. I'm the schedule person. And I had to, really be like, hey, I'm not making this schedule to try to control you. I'm making this schedule to make your life easier. Because I feel like you're running yourself ragged, and I see you just kind of like, I see no structure, especially with your work-life balance. And I want you to, even though there's no such thing as work-life balance, like, let's just be real. Like, you kind of go
some work-life harmony.
Like work-life harmony. Yeah, you just got to flow. However, you can have a structure and a schedule with it. So
yeah, and you definitely helped me to see that, because as she said, not trying to control it. It was no type of control. It was really just, this is actually for you because you desire to do things, but you're rebelling against yourself, which is causing you to not be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So don't fight me on it. This is what you want.
Yeah. So like, I would just say it's not over, y'all. Like, if you really wanted to work out, work it out. Yep.
Message.
And I have hope for everybody out there that's listening. And, and I definitely pray for the people that it could be one-sided. It's not the best feeling. But we definitely pray for you, and, just go from there.
Yeah. Well, for me, my closing, and I believe we kind of echoed this all night, but my closing is, for real, find a way to make it about y'all. Now, even if you have kids, make it about y'all.
Yes. Can I interject real quick?
You gonna try to take my plug?
Go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
For real.
The whole reason why we even started Parents Night Out and where it came from is the fact that we realized that, all right, you know what? For us, like, we have to not only, yes, date nights are awesome, but even more than date nights, like, let's not just make our relationship about one night. Let's not just make our relationship about our daughter. Let's not make our relationship about our jobs and our careers. Let's make our relationship about our relationship. And let's take time to say, you know what? It's really us. So for us, even with Parents Night Out, is really saying, hey, you know what? Take time to step away for y'all. Take time to be inspired. Take time to get excited again. Take time to remember why y'all have fun or why y'all even chose each other. Nobody settled. Y'all chose each other. And this is something that God brought together as an option, said, hey, what you think? And you say, you know what? I like that. So for us, we've been like, I know for me specifically, like my closing, but I know also with us is really like, take time to find your thing as a couple. Take time to find your voice as a couple. Not everybody has to be somebody to go, oh, let's inspire. Let's go do seminars. Let's go do conferences. Let's be relationship goals. Let's be such and such. It's team this, team that. Look, that ain't everybody. And honestly, bump that. Like, even more than a goal, if we ain't rocking right, there ain't no goal.
Yeah.
Bump you having a goal for us. We ain't got no goals.
And stop trying to have like this, like, Instagram facade. Like, I don't want to fake the funk.
No.
Like, we're not faking the funk over here. We're like genuinely happy.
Genuinely
like, happy.
I love Ayana Abakah.
I love you too,
with,
baby.
Like, everything in me. I love her. Like, as a man, I am not ashamed to say the very thought of her, me thinking about how much she means to me thinking about the light. Like, I told her the other day, because even with her saying that, like, she literally was like, I feel bad because I feel like you're a single dad. And I told her, I said, look, I understand, but the reality is, without you, I have no family. So you might say that you feel this way and I got you. If it was no you, there is no family. So take the time that you need, rest as much as you can, whatever, because we here. Like, this is what we do. I can't bring a child in the earth. you are the one that's connected to God in that way. So for me, I can just stand back and eat my popcorn and watch. And whatever I need to do, I need to sweep the stands. I need whatever. That's me. Yeah. So everybody has a part to play, and we all have our positions. So for us, like, find a way to bond together. Like, find something. If y'all draw together. If y'all cook together. If you the man, you like, but I don't know how to cook. Wash the dishes. Don't do it because she asked you. Change some diapers.
Be intentional about being together.
Like, lighten the load.
Yeah. But what I was going to say, I wasn't going to steal your thunder. What I was going to say was, like, even a perfect example of being intentional about togetherness is, like, even during the pandemic, when we were in shutdown, we used to have date afternoons on Fridays. Like, we had put that in our schedule.
Haven was at school.
No, this was when she was at home.
Oh, during her nap.
Yeah, during her nap. Yeah, so she had a 2 hour. Yeah, she has a 2 hour nap every afternoon, and we would plan the menu of what we're gonna eat for lunch. If we were gonna do takeout, or if we were gonna cook something, I would start prepping it, like, while I was prepping her lunch or whatnot. So by the time she goes down for her nap, our food would be ready. And we would pick, like, a movie or a show that was, like, exactly within the time. And I was really excited about those afternoons. And then sometimes we would do it in the evening. Like, if we were like, you know what, we don't want to just limit it in those 2 hours, we would do it in the evening after she went to bed. That's why I said schedules are important, because I see, like, because, you know, people share everything or a lot of things online. I know some of it is glimpses, but some people's kids don't have a bedtime, or they go to bed, like,
when they fall asleep
or when they fall asleep in the parents' bed.
Yeah.
And we made a decision from jump that Haven wasn't sleeping in our bed. The only time she was actually in our bed was when she was in her little bassinet, when I had my C-section, and she was like in between us in a co-sleeper. Yeah. And that was it. After 3-4 months, and I was able to get up and be more mobile, you gotta go.
You in your room.
Yeah. And then by then we found a schedule to put her on. So even with feedings and stuff like that, it's called the easy schedule.
Yeah.
Listen, look it up. It's amazing. And that schedule went all the way to 1 or 1.5 or something. And then her school created a schedule for her as well. So Haven goes to sleep the latest by 8 o'clock, sometimes 9 on Fridays. If we're, like, feeling really,
really spicy,
real spicy, we'd be like, okay, you could just hang out with us. But if it's 8 o'clock, like last week we did, Kev on Stage had his ladies' night virtual comedy experience. Like, we find things, like, because we still ain't going out like that. And then, my parents do take Haven some weekends, and we'll, like, do things together, just, that we have the full weekend to do things. But find time. Like, even when the kids make time, and even when the kids are home, you can have date night at home. You could make it something special.
Yep.
And then, teach your kids how to be independent. Like, Haven, it be real for 2. Listen,
that girl's 16 years old.
She for 2, and then her school encourages it too, because they want them to be independent children who know how to do certain things. So I know a lot of people don't agree with that. That's my baby. No.
Man, whatever.
Listen, I want you to be a well-functioning adult in this world. So Go and grow and flourish, honey.
We create parameters, and you just flourish in that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say anything else, so we can stop this. But thank y'all for rocking.
For tuning in.
We're gonna think of some other creative things to add to the show.
Yeah, it felt good to get our feet back wet. Our feet Bet we did it.
As you can tell, we watch too many TikToks. I'm sitting there doing That's another thing we bonded over.
Though.
So we did. You scrubbing the ground.
Scrub the ground. Scrub the ground. Let me use it.
But why is that face always the face? With the lips poked? Why? It don't never be like this. It don't never be like this.
Because you got to have some attitude with it.
Like, why is that always the face? That's crazy. Anyway, yeah. We bonded over TikTok. So we was just saying, like...
TikTok is hilarious.
50 TikToks to each other. Did you watch mine? Did you watch mine?
Yeah, TikTok is hilarious. But
let me shut up. That's it. I don't know how we close it. How you close it? Bye.
Thank y'all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this podcast, email us at what's the email? I think it's still the Abakahs at Gmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to keep it at.
Yeah. The Abakahs at gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Make sure and follow us on social media. You can follow us at Parents Night Out Podcast. Our individual Instagrams are I am Abakah and I am Ayana Abakah. Mm-hmm. You can, DM Parents Night Out Podcast. Don't be DMing my man and don't be DMing me.
DMing my girl. But all that Atlanta about to come out, you feel me?
Yeah, but
everything I love, shout it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you have any questions, comments, especially like topics that you want us to talk about, you can email us at theabakahs at gmail.com. Parents Night Out Podcast, DM us, and we'll talk. And
also be prepared to support and join our Patreon.
Yes.
Because we were talking about this earlier. It was like, man, like we really want to like.
Do we have the? I know we signed up for Patreon, but do we have the?
Off the top of my head.
Okay.
So maybe we could just insert it.
Yeah, if you're watching the video, because this first video, like we said, is going to be on our regular Abakahs channel.
Yeah.
But after this.
But yeah,
it's going
support
to
the Patreon because it helps us to be able to continue to focus on this.
Yeah.
And then I can tell my clients, hey man, I got some Patreon. I got my Patreons out here. Like I love y'all, but my Patreons, I love them too.
Yeah, we got it so we can be free, so we can freely create more content for you guys.
We got a lot of ideas, and I'm tired of them being pulled to everybody else.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it's time for us to let it flow.
Wings out
on this one. All right, y'all. So
that's all we got.
Until next time.
We love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Peace
out.